My name is Ann Bernard. I am the founder and CEO of 365 First Incorporated, which is the company that owns the intellectual property of the concept I'm about to brief to you, called the 365 First Challenge. Now, before I get started, to get you in the proper frame of mind, I would like to ask you a couple questions. To start with that question that you see on the screen that says, when's the last time you've done something new? What was it? How did it make you feel? And what did you learn from it? Everything worthwhile started with a first time and a new experience. First times and new experiences introduce us to the things, people, and opportunities that can shape, shift, change, and impact our lives. Next slide. We live in a time where people value experiences over material things. People say it's better to make memories than to own things. We also live in what is being called the fourth industrial revolution. It is a time in developing environment in which disruptive technologies such as Internet of Things, robotics, virtual reality, and AI are changing the way that we live and work. To thrive in these new times, people require new skills. Some of those critical futuristic skills are being a lot more creative, having novel and adaptive thinking, possessing cross-cultural competencies, being a quick and fast learner, and having social and emotional intelligence. In order to develop these new skills, people must become lifelong learners, which means that they have to do new things and be exposed to novel concepts. So what if instead of Pokemons, people start chasing first times and new experiences and getting the mental, physical, and financial rewards for it? Next slide, please. Now, while technology has improved and is easier to market new customers, it is still a challenge because no one can predict what someone wants to do, when, and where. So what if a business like Groupon or a giant like Amazon or local businesses and advertisers knew exactly how to answer that question of who wanted to do what, where, and when in order to acquire a new customer? Next slide, please. Well, let me tell you about the 365 First Challenge. It is a social self-development and marketing platform. People will use the platform to discover and have new experiences and first times, connect with others to share in those new experiences in order to grow, learn, and acquire new skills, and find new opportunities while stepping out of their comfort zones. Now, for businesses, they can benefit by having specific data of who is interested in their services. Once we become location-based, they'll have real-time opportunity to acquire a new customer. Next slide, please. These are some screenshots of our upcoming minimal viable product, which will release. It is an app. It will release in both the Apple Store and Google Play Store in the next 10 days. Now, to save some time, I'm not going to go over how the app works. We can cover that in the Q&A if you want to. But these are some of the screenshots of the MVP. Next slide, please. So who is the market for the 365 First Challenge? Well, let me tell you, when I started coming up with this concept, I started tracking 3 different hashtags. Those hashtags were first times, new experiences, and first experiences. There is one city around the world that popped up and got associated with those hashtags. Guess what city that was? It was Las Vegas. That's why I moved here less than 2 months ago in order to launch my business and grow it from here. In 2018, 42+ million people visited Las Vegas, and it is on track in 2019 to be the same, around the same number of visitors. Now, according to a research company called the Mintel Group, they say that roughly half of all travelers have a preference for new and unique experiences. I would say that's a higher number here in Las Vegas, but we'll go with half that number. So if I'm able to capture 10% of half of the visitors here in Las Vegas, that's a possible 2.1 million downloads a year. I think that's a small number because think about it. People get off the plane, walk into the airport, and they see a sign that says, join the 365 First Challenge and explore all the new experiences that you can have in Las Vegas. And they have these new experiences here in Las Vegas. They share it with their friends and they go home and they continue to have new experiences. Because once you start having new experiences, it releases these wonderful feelings like dopamine in your brain that gets you hooked on wanting to do more new things. Next slide, please. So how do we make money? There's 4 different ways that this app can make money. Easiest up front is an affiliate program with companies such as Groupon, Amazon, Udemy, and other organizations that offer the participants first-time experiences. Another easy one is sponsored categories. So right now there are 30 categories that you can have first times. So one such category is, let's say, gambling first. So MGM becomes a sponsor to Gambling First, and then every card in the app that is a first-time gambling option is branded by MGM. Then you have Pet First, and that goes to PetSmart. You have Crafts First, that goes to Michael's. So it'd be sponsored categories. Once there's enough downloads and we can start collecting and we have the data of who people are, where they are, and what they want to do, what first-time experience they want to have, then we can go to businesses because we have specific data of who they're looking for and start having in-app purchases and very targeted advertisement for exactly what people are looking to do. Next slide, please. The team is just me. I'm a one-woman show. I have 24 years in the Marine Corps. I joined the Marine Corps at 17, turned 18 in boot camp. I received a meritorious commission. I have led thousands of Marines. I have ran massive projects. I'm a communications officer in information technology, cybersecurity. I've also planned and executed large-scale exercises. When I left active duty, I started my first business. So I am a serial entrepreneur, albeit not extremely successful businesses, but I know what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I'm a world traveler, self-published author, and you can read the rest. So I'm a walking billboard for the 365 First Challenge because it is how I have lived my life. Now, the MVP was developed locally by a team of 3 developers here, recent graduate from Punch Code. Next slide, please. So what am I looking for? I am looking for $250,000 for pre-seed, seed funding, whatever you want to call this round, to create a 12-month runway, primarily to hire developers and marketing interns that can switch over to doing sales and partnership with businesses here locally. So also any contacts and introduction to businesses that offer those unique experiences that people are looking for would be appreciated. So that wraps up my brief. Next slide. Thank you, and I'm open to questions.